how it works. The meeting is being live streams. Got it. Okay, so I'm gonna refresh the channel and see if our meeting. Oh yeah, there it is. Zoom YouTube broadcast. Well, that's not the most catchy name they could have thought of.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, why is it called? Let me see if I can edit quickly. We can always remove this little confusion intro part. That's no problem.
Nah, no worries. Keep it raw. Keep it raw. People, yeah. People
Keep it raw. Yeah. Why not?
Here, I found the link. I'll throw it in the Discord.
It is our first attempt. You know, it's actually funny because if I go to the TradeJournal YouTube channel, it says Zoom YouTube broadcast. But if I go to the actual meeting, it says TradeJournal podcast. Oh, okay, just updated. I don't know.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah. All right. Well,
is there a chat?
Yeah. Okay. So that's a great question.
You'll just have to pull it up on YouTube and monitor the chat.
Yeah, I have it up on YouTube. I don't see a chat unless I have it. Do you guys see a chat?
Yeah, there is a chat.
Yeah, I see a chat.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, that's weird. Unless I have it. There it is.
If you guys have the Insider Trading Podcast Manager, or you guys all do, but you guys can also log into the YouTube account and check the actual studio for the chat as well. It took me a while to figure out how to say that properly. I was like, all right. What podcast are we on? Is this 40? What are we at? 42, 41?
It's a lot.
Yeah, we're not messing around. That's for sure.
I mean, if it's just me.
Yeah, this is 42. Okay, so this is episode 42. Maybe we'll just start it off here and I'll just snip it because we were just trying to figure out some of the settings. But in a nutshell, we're basically going to do what we always do, cover a bunch of trading topics, talk about our game plans going forward near the end. The only difference is now everyone could join the discussion. So it's a little bit different in that regard. And they're on Tuesdays like always, but you guys also see it on Tuesdays as opposed to us uploading it and on Wednesday. So that's really the big difference. More immersive. Everyone can join. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know how we want to start off today. I feel like now there's a little bit of extra pressure in the air. But
I'm monitoring. I'm looking at ICCM. It's about to test the highs. It seems like it got some volume coming in. I don't know if anyone's trading that, but
oh yeah, actually that's a really good point. ICCM looking pretty nice, crawling up to new highs. Bet you Toby's on that one. I'm a little bit tempted to do some trading too because I'm still in the red. You know,
same here.
How
did everyone do today?
There's so many sellers. They got rejected so hard.
I think we could break 140. If we break 140, then we just double top at 140. I think we can see something.
It's either max loss or get back in the green. That's not how I view it.
Yeah.
Here, I'll share my screen for now, unless somebody else wants to, just so everyone can see what's going on. This is ICCM. Yeah, I actually had this trade right here got me back to the green to VWAP, but then I kind of closed up shop because I was just taking one red trade after another. Not sure if I'll trade it, although it actually looks pretty good. There's also a massive Zoom logo at the bottom right. I just realized. It's a bit unfortunate.
I think the entry might be waiting for that 140 block to get chipped away and just kind of buying right into it.
Yeah. Or if it has a little bit of a red candle again, buying in for the anticipation.
Mm-hmm.
But who knows? So we also have, let's see, a few other tickers that kind of died out on us. Let's review them here. So we had RDHL. Yeah, there it goes. I'll pull them up. I don't think I'm going to do any trading right now. Maybe. RDHL. This was a really nice mover yesterday, but I wrapped up shop yesterday pretty early. It was like before 10 o'clock. So I wasn't trading any of this action, but it held its highs really, really nice. Tom, is this the one you had the big winner on?
RDHL, no, I did not have. It was on BDRX.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this one, that was a good call out that you called out right under a break of 150. I hesitated on that one, and then it went right into a halt, and then it opened up, and then that was pretty much it. I didn't really trade it much after that. I think I made like $100 on it. There you go.
Yeah.
There it goes.
I totally missed it. I was watching it too. I called it out in the Discord, but for some reason I didn't trade it. I think I was so busy watching ICCM, and somehow I didn't have super high hopes for RDHL because it was so flushy yesterday. It would pop up and flush. So I thought we were going to get like another big red candle. So I actually didn't jump on it, but technically it was perfect. And yeah, that was my mistake. There was just a little bit too many tickers moving at the open, and I ended up kind of picking the wrong one. ICCM, which eventually did have its move, but I was late to the party at that point.
Yeah.
HNRA.
Unfortunately, I got chopped around on HNRA today.
Same.
I still have yet to review my film, but I don't think I had any really terrible trades. It's just a lot of small losses adding up, and I was on bigger share size. So technically, I'm only on like pretty much a base hit into the red, like very small red on those share size and the bigger share size. Wow, look at look at MSS. MSS, look at that.
Yeah,
I think Danny lost money on that one.
What the fuck?
Yeah, he bought the pullback.
What fucking pullback? The halt down 50%? Oh my god.
Colby's like, what
pullback?
He has no idea what's going on with these small cats nowadays.
Dude, fucking just opens at 22 from 13.
This is what's going on.
Immediate halt down and it loses 50% of its value. That's crazy.
In Colby's defense, I mean, so these small caps have been just a mess lately, an absolute mess. And they're rubbing off on me. I've become a little bit of a mess here because I'm lacking consistency like I usually have, and it's just quite frustrating. But it looks like, Tom, you're getting some consistency, and you had your nice big green day. Maybe you want to start off and let us know what's been going on in your end.
Yeah, so BDRX, I'm going to pull that up just so I can kind of get a reference point. So coming in Monday, I was like, you know what, like, I'm a consistent trader. I'm consistently profitable on like 100 shares, 200 shares, 300 shares. You know what? I gotta push to the next level, and there's no way I'm ever gonna get there unless that moment, it has to come. That now moment that you push has to come at some point. I can't stop thinking, oh, maybe tomorrow, maybe when the market's a little better, maybe it's not good enough opportunity right now. But my statistics are showing I'm profitable no matter what, even in this market that we're having. So I came in yesterday just like, you know what? I wrote a note on my computer, just trade 100 shares like you're trading 1,000 shares. And that was my mindset yesterday, trading BDRX. And I ended up digging myself a hole, red $500. I think I was trading 1,000 shares on BDRX. So this is a $5,000 position size. BDRX, I dug myself a $500 hole at the open. But mentally, I'm like, you know what? I'm trading 100 shares. So I'm down $50. That's nothing. That's nothing in the grand scheme of things. And so I kind of kept trading on that share size. And the BDRX curls up, makes a real nice move. And I was able to get a solid $1.20 a share on that. And I swung my P&L from negative 500 to positive 500. And that was probably due to just not getting emotionally compromised when I was in the red, even though the dollar amount was significant, like $500. That's more than I would like to lose in my former size. But because I was able to keep my composure and kind of understand that, you know what, I'm only down $50 in my former size. I was able to kind of keep my confidence and, you know, trade the setups that were yet to occur on the day. And yeah, I performed very well yesterday on BDRX. Today, not so much. I kind of came in today with the same mindset, but I was trading HNRA and it was just so choppy. I still have yet to review my film. I didn't really take any blowout or terrible trades, just a lot of small losses adding up. But I want to continue to kind of do what I'm doing right now is, you know, just trade 1,000 shares like you're trading 100. And maybe, you know, if I start to go like red on the month, then maybe start to reel it in. But if I'm not taking massive losses or trending down in my monthly P&L, then there's no reason to reel it in, because that's just going to be limiting my growth. Because right now my limit is my emotional comfortability with trading bigger share size. That's my limit right now, is that I'm not comfortable trading 1,000 shares. And to break that limit, I have to slowly start chipping away at that. And if I'm just reeling it in every time I get scared, I'm never going to be able to bust through. So I'm just going to continue what I'm going to be doing, what I'm doing right now. And I think over time, like all my bad habits will start to run out into the wash, kind of like wash away as I get comfortable trading 1,000 shares, kind of just mentally saying, okay, I'm just trading 100 shares. This is the normal thing now. But yeah, that's my mindset.
That's great. Thank God you had a good day, first day.
Yeah.
It's always the challenge.
Yeah, the first day after sizing up, then you get smacked back down, have like a massive red day. Yeah, you have to go through that, and it's really good that, you know, you were kind of sinking down, and then you realize, wait, I'm still doing everything right. This is a good setup. Maintain the size, and then boom, you got right back out of it. I think that's really what it's all about, and just getting comfortable with that size. Right now, it's a tricky market because you just constantly get whipped back down, so it's uncomfortable sizing because the chances of getting, you know, some bad trade is just, I feel like, a little bit higher on average right now, especially for me based on my stats. My accuracy is a little bit lower, and just general, my stats are all a little bit lower right now. So yeah, it makes sizing tricky. So it's really good that you were able to pull that off.
Yeah.
Get comfortable holding the size as well.
Sizing is such a weird topic. I feel like people don't talk about it often, but there's so many different ways to size up. There's probably not a right way or a wrong way, but I've seen people do like, once I have 3 months of green, I'll increase my position size by 15%, and then another 3 months, and then another 15%, another 3 months. And then if you're red on one of those months, you just go back a step. So then you're just incrementally increasing size instead of going like 10x like Tom's doing.
Yeah.
Because obviously you do 10x, you could fuck yourself over quickly. But if you do 15% every 3 months, that would take forever. But or you could do the thing where I rank my trades, and on the D trades I take nothing, on the C trades I take 1 contract, on the B trades I take 5, and on the A trades I take like 20 or some weird thing like that. But I don't know how you would do that with small caps, because classifying a stock is so difficult.
You don't even have time for that, really. And I mean, there's moments where like there's more things that are aligning and you're like, this is a pretty good setup. And I do try to get more aggressive on those. So I agree. I think you want to do a bit more exponential sizing. I think the going 15%, another 15%, I think it might be too slow, because sometimes you only have 3 weeks where it's like good and then it's bad again. And you need to capitalize on those, at least in the small cap world, and you need to capitalize on that quick. Otherwise, that train is gone. Yeah. I was doing like the 15, maybe it was closer to like 20 or 25 during COVID, during 2020. And every month I was using bigger size and I was having bigger profits. But that was just like, we were in an environment where, it was just every month was a little bit better. your mistakes weren't punishing. So it was just a little bit of a different environment. But yeah, nowadays I'm like, if I see a good move, I'm gonna probably use, you know, $10,000, and then my average move is maybe closer to 5,000, and I try not to go much lower than that, but sometimes I'll, you know, do like starter sizes, maybe with like a $2,000 or something. If I'm really in no flow, I'll reduce size quite quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like it's such a different approach depending on the instrument and the market that you're trading, because small caps, like it almost has to be just exponential bet sizing, because you really are going to get maybe one opportunity every 3 months that's like very outsized to the long side. And then, but for like large caps, that's going to happen once a week. So it probably would make more sense to do like the 15% every 3 months.
Yeah, I could see that. So it's a little bit more consistent as opposed to just throwing around size.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think for most people, probably increasing size slowly until you have that experience. Like I think once you're on Ross's level, you get size down. And then once it's hot, you know, it's like, okay, boom, 50K in this trade. I don't think that's weird. And I think that's kind of the level we're all getting closer to. I'm not saying we're good as Ross, but I'm just saying we've been doing this for several years now. And I think we have a pretty good grasp of the overall conditions of the market and also our own personal conditions. Like before the podcast, I think started, Tom was talking about, you know, I didn't sleep very good yesterday. So I think that has effect of my trading today. I feel the same way. My watch said, you know, I had like a 44 out of 100. I was at, my neighbor had a birthday, and I just went over there, and then it ended up being till like 1 a.m. And then I didn't drink anything or do anything. I did have like a Anstoß, which is like a cheers for her birthday, but that was, you know, it was just late, and then I didn't get my full sleep, unfortunately. But I think it was worth it. I don't regret it. And, you know, you have to live your life too, and we all became traders so we could do whatever we want in our life. So that's also an important thing. You don't want to be a slave to the market. But yeah, understanding where we are personally and where the market is, and then that combo, and then having that discretionary ability to understand if you need to size or not.
Yeah.
Dude, that's what's making the market so hard recently, because I feel like we're going through these, like, at least for the SPY, it's like 3 to 6 weeks of just pure terror in the news, and it's like everything's going to shit. We're going to die tomorrow. Ukraine's gonna fucking nuke it's just like the dumbest shit ever, and the market just goes down like 0.2% every day for a month. It just
keeps going up.
And then
right now
everyone gets over positioned bearish, and then the market just rips to the upside for like a month straight, and then everyone gets too bullish, and then it fucking drops again. It's just euphoria to the downside, euphoria to the upside, euphoria to the downside. And everyone has like this inherent bias in them where they like shorting or going long. And at least for the people I follow, it's like every single person I know has like really good month, really bad month, really good month, really bad month. And it's just following the ups and downs of the SPY. And it's like, man, it's fucking hard.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a grind. Toby, how have you been doing? Because you missed some of the last pods, and we haven't really got to catch up besides a few times in the Discord.
I've been doing well. I've been on a pretty good green streak.
Oh, nice.
Not a lot big green days, but you know, just keep hitting base hit, you know, 200, 300, 200, 300, just kind of doing that every day. And then today I had a better day, 750, 770 or something like that.
Oh no, yeah, I saw that was really nice. Are you having those days like you're getting to 300 and then you just call it, or like you're just having a long trading day and it just happens to kind of be basic green days?
I'm trying to be better at cutting it at about 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
When I trade past that, I usually make poor trades, and usually there's not enough volume. So, you know, you got to really hit it hard during the first hour and a half, I feel like. And then if nothing comes about it, you're done. And then I don't want to stay up late enough to get power hour or any of that. So I feel like I've done pretty good on pre-market though. I'm usually got a little cushion going during pre-market. So I'm up like 150 or something usually every pre-market lately. And that kind of is a nice cushion to get me into the market open.
Yeah,
But
that's nice. I love going to market open.
today I did something different, and I subscribed to Bookmap on TOS, and that I tried to trade off a Bookmap today, and that was interesting.
What do you mean a book map? What's that?
Bookmap is like if you go to charts on your TOS, it will say Bookmap on one of the tabs.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And so Bookmap is kind of like a heat chart, and it gives you, it's like, I don't know, people call it like level 4, and it shows you where like a lot of bids and asks are sitting. So you get an idea of where the bids and asks are sitting, like that don't really show up on the ladder, that won't show up on the level 2, and it'll be, 20-30 cents away or something. But it'll tell you how many people are sitting there, or about how many people. I heard that the TOS one doesn't have quite as much because it's missing ARCA. It's doesn't have quite all the numbers that you should, but it has a lot of the information, and you can kind of see where the zones are. I was struggling a little bit last couple months ago with trying to buy pullbacks, and I just felt like I'm just trying to grab a falling knife every time, which I was.
Mm.
But I had like no idea where to try to buy in. And this Bookmap kind of deal, it kind of shows you where there's a ton of bids sitting there, so you'll have like a wall to trade against, or at least to have something to base your risk reward off of.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
How do you find the book map?
You go to charts, and then it's one of your tabs. It's the far right tab on charts in TOS.
Product depth.
And you just subscribe, and it's like, I think it was like $46 or something.
Okay.
And so I went for it this afternoon. A couple of people I follow some guy named Mikey. And he uses pretty much all Bookmap. And then there's another guy I watch. I'm not sure what his name is. It's like Justin Rutnowski or something. He's a short seller, but he pretty much just recently went all into Bookmap and does a lot of his trade ideas off of Bookmap. So I said, what's $40? Might as well just subscribe for a month and see if it's worth it or not.
Looks like we got a question in the chat. We need some reading material for the holidays. Do you recommend any trading books?
I actually have a video about trading books, but it's somewhere on my channel. I could post it in here. I'm trying to think off the top of my head, what some of my favorite books were. Do you guys have anything coming to mind?
I like Market Wizards. Market Wizards was probably the best one that I've read. Also, there's another one that other people like to read, which was the Daily Trading Coach? Something like along those lines. I have yet to read, but I've heard a lot of good reviews about that one as well. And also, of course, Ross's free book. I read that one.
That's a great read. Yeah.
Yeah.
How to day trade. It's really specific. A lot of the other trading books are quite general, and like Turtle
like
Traders, for example. It's a great
trading
read, but it's more of like a story, so you don't really learn trading from it. Or then the candle chart. There's a lot of good candle chart books, definitely worth reading, but you don't really learn trading from it. But like, you don't learn a strategy, you just learn just general things.
Do we still have Colby in here? I think he left.
I was wondering where he was.
Let's see here. Did he write?
Maybe I was tired of listening to my Bookmap stuff.
No. I'm actually a little confused because this works so different than how it usually does in Zoom. We have like, it doesn't switch the speaker to who's talking. So I was trying to figure out how to do that, but it seemed like the only way to do it is actually manually. So I'm going to just leave it here on the grid view for now. But yeah, Pete, I think for the holidays, probably just pick 3 and read them. I would, if you're a small cap trader, I would definitely read Ross Cameron's book. I would definitely have Stock Candle. I think it's the Stock Candle Bible or something like that. You can get a free PDF version on the internet. So that's already 2 free PDF books. And then I don't know, some like maybe inspirational book like The Turtle Traders, which follows a group of traders or something like that. I think they're just really entertaining reads, and it gives you a little bit more perspective about the industry and some players. So I think that might be a good combo, but
yeah. It also depends how you trade, because there's a lot of books that are just like the typical, trend trade, buy the SPY, and then like trend buy the, the 1 minute new or the 1 day new high, and then follow the trend. And if it breaks his line, then you sell, or just like kind of like that basic knowledge that you can already find like online, or that you're kind of just going to find the first year that you start trading, that isn't really as reliable as you thought it would be. But I think a lot more value is just going to be coming from YouTubers, studying other people who are trading successfully, who are verified and profitable, that are on the YouTube space, because they put out so much stuff for free. And a lot of us have learned from people who are for free on YouTube, and you didn't have to spend anything. You didn't have to buy any books. You didn't have to buy any subscriptions or any courses, and you can just learn, kind of pick it up for free. Of course, buying a course is definitely helpful as well if you need that extra time and attention from someone. I know a lot of people who bought Ross's course and they got a lot of value out of that as well. I never bought Ross's course, but I bought Tim Sykes's course though. That one actually was a really good, it was actually a really good intro. That's what got me kind of started into learning about, just basic stuff. Like, if you don't want to just kind of just search up because you don't really know what you don't know yet, you don't want to like try to figure out what you need to know first, just buy someone's course who's verified profitable, and they'll pretty much know everything about like the level 2, the ask price, the bid price, volume, tape, level 2, basic patterns, all that type of stuff. But yeah, and a lot of times in these books, it's just a lot of vague knowledge that's not really as specific. And with trading, you got to be very niche to be a profitable trader. You can't be like a master, so you can't be a jack of all trades. You kind of have to be a master of one if you're going to survive and make money in the market.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And I also agree with the YouTube part. You get so much good content. So you could probably try to figure out like, oh, this is the style I want to learn. I don't know, maybe it's selling covered call options, or maybe it is trading small caps. And then you figure out who are the top 3 biggest YouTubers, or not even biggest, but like who are the ones that I can relate to the most, who explain it the best. It could be somebody with 200 followers or subscribers. It could also be someone with like 50,000 subscribers. It's usually not someone more than that, except I think like Ross is one of the few traders that actually has over 1 million subs, but the trading community is pretty small on YouTube, I've noticed, unless you're like a YouTuber that creates more like YouTube content, like a humble trader. But I think, you find those top 3 or 4 and you just study the heck out of them, whatever strategy it is. And you try to, I wouldn't cherry pick too much at the beginning. I would try to create a really nice blueprint. And then over time, you could start cherry picking and adding and editing. But I probably at first, you want to try to copy it as much as you can, because if someone has a good system and it works, they probably have already refined that over many years. But there's probably ways to do it a little bit less risky. Like you could, let's say if you copied Ross Cameron's strategy, he trades pretty aggressively. So you might want to do a little bit less aggressive trading style, where maybe you accumulate a little bit of ahead of time, or you kind of erase the really dangerous setups like 1 minute breakout or something like that. if you're just getting started, or you just do small size and you go super aggressive as well. I mean, there's so many ways to approach it. But yeah, I agree with Tom. Study YouTube.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just so much good content out there. It's insane.
Yeah. And just also a lot of books on just like mindset, just like normal, like success mindset, handling setbacks, handling failure. That's probably, I would say, more valuable to read than an actual trading book, because
Yeah.
you're going to be
So
able to use that, because you're going to get beat up harder than you've ever thought you was possible from the market. It's going to beat you till you're blue and bloody in the face. You're going to have a day like that. You're always going to have a day like that eventually coming up. It doesn't matter how long you've been doing it. People who have been trading for 10 years, they still, you're still getting beat up, every once in a while. So just to be able to handle setbacks is a major um, thing that you want to be able to overcome, because man, like, you can be down in the trenches, and if you want to give up and you have a weak mind, like, you're gonna throw in the towel.
oh yeah. Yeah, I'm already feeling that. Like, man, this year has been probably my hardest trading year ever. And like, that's including my 2 years trading crypto, my like year and a half, almost 2 years trading stocks before I was trading crypto. Like, oh man, it's been such a grind for me. I might even just like, I'm really at the fence of taking basically the rest of the year, just maybe looking at 7 a.m., but then just calling it, because I have had one step forward, one step back for so long. And I think I just need like a real big mental reset. I took 5 days off, like from Wednesday till Monday. I started trading again. So Tuesday technically was my last day. And then I went back on Monday, and that was really good. Like, I went into the market yesterday feeling really good. But today I kind of gave that back again, and I was just like, this grind that I'm in lately is very frustrating. So yeah, you have to have a lot of mental fortitude, because yeah, trading is all about not getting on tilt and having a really positive mindset. And we're actually talking about that on the last pod, or one of the pods, where Ross Cameron, when you listen to him trade, he's like, all right, I bought here at 330. Now we're going to 345. We're doing this. So he's kind of like walking himself through what the trade should be doing, even if it's going to flush, because he is so blindly optimistic. But you have to be. You can't let doubt creep in, because it's really going to mess up your trading.
Absolutely, because in a hot market, you're going to be thinking it's extended and it's going to go another 100% without you.
Yeah.
Happened so many times.
Yeah, exactly.
Alex, do you think that this is the hardest year because it's the first year that we're not in like a bull market?
Could be. It could be. I mean, we've basically since 2009, we just went straight up in a way. And even COVID was like a bull market. We had like 3 months of massive red days, which were even tradable. And then we went, right back up. And now we're just like in this, where you feel there's a lack of volume, and also a lack of people wanting to keep buying a stock fairly quickly. It'll pop, and then people are like, nah, that's enough. So if you're not on that original pop, you're going to be on the way down. So maybe I don't know. It's so tough right now.
I always hear those horror stories of people that like, I mean, this is pretty much every trader ever, but like my biggest fear is that I make a lot of money. Obviously this didn't exist because this is not where we're in right now, but my biggest fear is I start trading in like a bull market and I make like a shit ton of money, and then like I start losing it slowly as that market changes, and then like for the next 10 years I just can't trade anymore because I never knew what I was doing in the first place. But I've heard I'm in this Discord where there's a bunch of people that are been trading for like 20 years, and they said there's like a lot of people that are like that, where they don't have like a defined perfect, like not perfect, but just a defined strategy or system that works across any market cycle, so that they're kind of bailed out by being in a bull market for so long, and then whenever the bull market ends, they're stuck in this phase for years where they're just like beating the market to death, and they're just like trying to make money again. Whenever you have to change your strategy, and that's just the fact of reality. There's nothing you can do about it. Like the biggest fear of mine is that I attribute my success to like my personality or like my psychology or something like that, where your success comes from a good strategy first. And then if you have a strategy, that doesn't mean you're going to make money, because you have to have a strategy, but then you need to have psychology. If you put psychology before a strategy, you're just at the mercy of a bull market or a bear market. There's nothing you can really do about it.
Yeah.
Which would be the easiest way to go. Like if you can just identify it's hot right now, so I'm just going to start trading. And if it's not hot, I'm just going to take off for a year or two, or, until it's hot again. I mean, that in a way could be a strategy, because in a good market, mistakes make you money, but in a bad market, if you're not 100%, you're like, I don't know.
Even if you're 100%, you're still going to do like a 30% year of your good years. If you're at 100%.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
If you're at 90, you're losing that year. Okay. It's
and that
the competition
grind
is crazy.
I sometimes wonder if that grind is worth it, because by the time it gets hot again, you might be a little bit mentally burnt out, and you might have a little bit of distaste, or at least distrust in the setup. So it might take you too long to flip the switch. I don't know.
Yeah. I think the main thing is like, be totally willing to just be like, you know what? I fucking can't trade anymore. And I got to go back to literal step fucking one. I got to completely recreate whatever I was doing before and try to find new parameters that can eliminate like 50% of the losses that I'm taking. Because like, obviously all the people that are super good at everything in the world, the number one trait they have is that they're really good at failing. Like they're just so good at it. They can just let something happen that just destroys everything. And the next day they're like, all right, I'm going to try again. Like how many times did Elon Musk fuck up everything in his companies? Like all of them, he's fucked something up massively, but he just keeps going.
Yeah. The biographies of him are really, really good. I mean,
I got to check that new one out.
If I haven't read the new one, I read one of them, and I looked into I don't know, something else. It wasn't a full biography, but anyway, they really highlight how many times you have to fail. And I mean, it's crazy with SpaceX and his other projects, how many times they were like at the brink of bankruptcy after years, like not even just like 3 failed attempts. We're talking like years, close to a decade of failure. Like that is, we're like, I'm on, in terms of like full-time pro trading, I'm like on year number 3. I did like 4 years on and off, never really that serious before that. But, it just shows like I'm maybe combined, I'm like at year 5. And I feel like year, 6, 7, 8, 9 is like when you start making a lot of money. And then year 10 is like when you become an overnight success, so that's what we're all working towards, right?
That's funny. That's a good way to put it.
It's like, where did this guy come from?
Yeah, I've been on YouTube for fucking 10 years with 150 subscribers. That's where the fuck I've
been. Tears. Yeah. Yeah. Super true.
Someone's calling out CMND.
I saw that. This ticker has not enough volume for me to want to touch it.
Oh, is it a reverse split? That float is probably super small. It's going from 10 cents to 483 now. The float's got to be under 1 million for sure.
I actually saw this ticker on my scanner this morning, but the second I see something like this, I just discount it entirely, for better or worse.
Yeah, I'm definitely a firm believer in this. The slower you take this trading, the higher your chances are of being successful at it.
Yeah, we talked about this so many times, but if you don't build a good foundation, you will never make money. And if you do make money, it'll be like a bull market money. It's not going to be like legitimate. I mean, of course, it's still going to be fucking money, but you might lose it when the bear market starts.
Mm-hmm. And that would be the biggest kick in the nuts. Like first year, let's say you make $100,000 trading 2020 market, small cap stocks, and you're like, wow, this is my second year trading, or my first year trading. I made $100,000. This is insane. I'm going to be a millionaire, and before I know it, I'm going to be driving a Lamborghini. I'm going to be living like Tim Sykes, just traveling and trading and doing, a bunch of just anything I want. And then, the next year you lose 100,000 or more and you give it all back. I would quit. If that happened to me, I would quit. I'd be, fuck that. I'm never doing this shit again. I'm never doing it again.
Bro,
I would literally be in a state of shock. I would be in disbelief.
Yeah.
I don't think I could come back from something like that. So I'm very happy that my growth curve has been very steady, and I'm taking my time to learn it, taking my time to perfect my strategy. So the chances of success long term are much higher than if I did it the other way.
Dude, also, like, if you think about how much people love to hate the guy who gets lucky, they'll be like, oh, fuck. How did I not win the $1 billion lottery? How did I not take that stock and buy Nvidia at 100 and sell it at 500? How did I not do that? Honestly, I never want to be that fucking guy that just randomly wins. Well, now I do because I understand risk management. But if you're just a dumb person, if you're like someone who never understood risk management, never thought about money, never tried to do stock market, anything, and you just fucking won the lottery, you're fucked. Okay. You're going to buy the lottery for the rest of your fucking life. And whatever, let's say you make $100,000 by winning the lottery. Let's do something stupider, like trading. Let's say you put money into Apple and you make like 50% in 1 year, or whatever. You buy Nvidia at 100 and you buy calls that are leaps and you fucking make like 10,000%. That person is not going to hold that money ever. Like, you do not want to be the guy that goes to Vegas and plays a slot machine and you win 50 grand. Like, you're going to play that slot machine the rest of your life and you're going to lose all the rest of your money. It's like, it's way better to just be like making or losing literal pennies for years until you have a slow, steady curve, and then you start to size up from there. But
Yeah.
Gon says the bleach drinkers always get lucky and make money. And that's a fact, brother.
The what?
The bleach drinkers.
Yo, it gives you superpowers. You go on a trip, you see some things, and you're like, I know what to do now. Done.
And then you win one day, and then you lose 10x the next, baby.
Yeah, that's the good life. Yeah. Toby, you get some more trades in?
No, but I'm looking at CMMD within the halt right now.
Ooh. Wait, you're in it?
No, I'm looking at the halt.
Oh, okay. I was like,
I'll probably not trade it because I don't want to go back in the TradeJournal and repost all my trades.
amen to that. Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, and that ticker looks like it's a little bit out of your control in terms of like, oh, I'm gonna enter now, and then the next halt is down, God knows where. Yeah,
Just have a little dip and rip, get like 20-cent pop.
Yeah.
Load up 4,700 shares or something.
Yeah, just a little bit. A little nugget.
A small trade.
Yeah. What's everyone's plans going forward? Well, the month ends next on Thursday. Oh man, that's super close. And then Friday is already the 1st. I think I'm actually going to take Friday off. But what are you guys' thoughts? December trading, end of November.
I'm working on trying to learn this Bookmap stuff, so I'm going to be studying that up a lot and trying to incorporate that into my trading strategy more. I like the idea of knowing where resistance is and having a clear picture of where it is. I can see it very well, and then I can also see where support is. So I feel like I might have a better chance at might do a better job trading, or at least getting myself into more advantageous positions to be able to get money out of this difficult market. I also I'm going to try to work on holding my positions a little bit longer. I want to try to be in some trades up to like 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's good. I would like that too, and I would actually really like the follow-up on both of those things, because I saw the picture you shared here, and that's what you were talking about.
Yeah, exactly. So you can see like those yellow lines. That's telling you that there's a fair bit of support down there. When it gets dark red, that's the number's even bigger, and then you can see at each cent how many bids are sitting there. So if it dipped all the way down to, let's say, like $16, $15, you're going to have a pretty good risk reward right there, because you got a ton of people, especially at 110 and 109, that are going to be swallowing up shares. So you should see a good bounce.
Right. If there's like a flash or something like that. Yeah. Yeah, that's really interesting. I think we're going to be really eager to hear more about how that's going and how also holding longer is going. I remember my debacle with holding longer, so I'm taking out the popcorn.
I was struggling a little today though, because it is with think or swim, but seeing the numbers and then trying to go back to the ladder and then looking where I want to be in and looking at the ladder, I have to figure out a little better process, because it was dumping on the ladder and I couldn't quite tell where I was on the Bookmap. And so I was my first trade I made at pre-market, I was down like $150. It was only like 250 share size too.
Dang. But it goes quick.
Yeah, I managed to do a little better after that. Oh man, CMD, I knew it was going to it. Nice little dip, bounce.
Oh, dip.
Let the FOMO come.
And there's
$10.
When it's moving down fast. Who wants to take the floor on what their plans are? Oh man.
My plan is using all my time and just doubling down in my studies, reviewing my recordings, because now that I'm studying, now that I'm increasing my share size, I definitely have to make sure that I'm taking good quality trades, because when you're increasing your share size, you're more likely to have your emotions engaged and break your rules. So it's very important that I'm continually, now is a time where I can put even more time into my study, just so I can avoid any bad habits, continuing bad habits, or having bad habits come back that I before I thought I took care of. But now that I'm sizing up, maybe those habits could potentially more likely to come back, just because of those emotions that would potentially be engaged if I'm not careful enough. So I just want to study more, reviewing my film. Like I want to be back to like reviewing my film of, if I'm on the toilet, I want to be taking that time to be looking at my trades, reviewing the film right before bed instead of watching TV. I should be watching my film. Or if I'm eating dinner, I should be watching my film, eating lunch, watching my film. Pretty much replacing TV with my trading film. That is my mindset right now and what I plan to be doing moving forward. And I think I want to be well prepared for 2024. And I think 2024 is going to be a breakthrough year for me. I think I'm going to turn a couple corners in 2024. I can feel it. This year I did just about as well as I did last year, but last year there was a lot more opportunity to make money. So, in a way I could say that I actually improved this year versus last year, because there was less opportunity this year, and I was able to manage my risk a lot better and come out with just the same amount of profit as I did last year with less opportunity. So if next year, comes around on this new share size, we get consistent opportunity, or even just a year like this, it should still be a breakthrough year for me. And obviously, nothing is guaranteed, but I want to be able to create that environment for that to most likely happen, or as good as I can to likely happen.
I like that. Yeah, I think you're in a good spot. I really do.
Yeah, that's impressive to equal last year, because this year is fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
For me, all I really want to do is try to get more into like the data side of trading. I've noticed recently that the more I understand like the actual legitimate calculated probabilities of things, I get way less angry, and I have just such a smaller chance of ever having any emotional or psychological thing come up. So if I one thing I'm doing right now is, so I have my strategy, right? At the end of the day, I can go back into the chart and look at every single period of time where my strategy would have taken a trade if it was robotic. Like if my strategy was an algorithm and
this is the exact perfect entry that I couldn't take because I'm not that aggressive, but my strategy would have taken it. I'll take that and I'll literally manually input that into TradeJournal. So now I'm going to have a whole set. I have a whole portfolio in TradeJournal now that's just called system performance like optimization, because it's taking my strategy and how would it trade if it was 100% accurate at all moments of the day. And then I want to do that for a couple months, and then eventually I'll be able to know the win rate of my system rather than my own personal win rate of trading the system. Because if you're a human, obviously you're going to have a bunch of errors. You're not going to trade like an algorithm. You're not going to be robotic. You're not going to take every entry. You're not going to take every exit. You might hold the exit too long and lose money or whatever. And Stephen Dux does this, and he, over the course of 1 year, he'll take his number and compare it to that. And he tries to get, I think his goal is 80%, but he's never gotten above 30% of his actual. If he would have traded 80%, he would have made $100 million last year, but he only made like 15 or something like that. So he's
only 15 million.
I know, right?
That's insane. So basically his strategy is really good, but
he has to execute it as a human.
Right.
So he can't get 100% of every entry. He's not there all day. He can't,
Right,
you know, it's just like impossible. So I'm going to try to do that.
That's really crazy. Yeah. That's wow.
Yeah.
That analytics is going to be next level.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of things that just sound like really, really fucking hard. And I've avoided them for so long just because they sound fucking awful. Like going back in the chart at the end of the day and just like finding 20 trades. Well, it's more like finding 5 trades that my system would have taken perfectly and then literally manually inputting those in the TradeJournal sounds shitty. Yeah. Because obviously that's hard to do. But I'm going to try to find more things like that and try to do more shit that just seems really daunting, because I think that's how you really start to learn some shit. I want to do it with like data of the actual stock market. I would love to like calculate how often do we break the previous day high or low? How often do we break the pre-market high and low? How often, whatever, and just keep doing that so I can like understand probabilities better. Because I feel like in trading, a lot of people say shit and they totally made that shit up. Like a lot of people say things and they're like, oh, gaps have a 80% chance of getting filled. Where the fuck did you find that number? Did you calculate it, or did you read it in a book, or did you read it in Wikipedia, or did someone tell you that? Because I'm sure that it's probably not actually that accurate. And a lot of people say shit like that. And this other Discord I'm in, the only reason I'm saying all of this is because every time I say some shit like that, they come to me and they're like, hey, show us the data if you have a number you're going to tell us. Because once you get into like these guys are all super high level traders. Whenever you get to that level, they don't listen to anybody. They only listen to you if you're literally showing them the data. They're not going to listen to your just random, oh, we have a 70% chance of breaking the pre-market high on Mondays. You know, it's like, which is great. I think that's really good because traders are full of shit, man. Like we love making up shit to try to pretend like we're better than what we are. Because this industry is just so cutthroat and we're all competing against each other. And yeah, that's my goal for the next 2 weeks. Well, next week, whatever.
Yeah, to start populating that data. Yeah, that's a good goal. Very ambitious, but I like it. And I think Stephen Dux is some of the best documentation and analytics. So I think that's probably a good place to get some inspiration. For me, I honestly like I don't know. I've tried so many different things. If it's not trading pre-market, if it's not trading the open, if it's limiting myself, if I don't know. I'm just having a hard time getting any sort of traction. So I'm running out of game plans. I'm a little bit kind of like Danny right now because I was chatting with him and he's also just like in a bit of a pickle where he's making money and like he'll be green and then he ends the day red or something like that over and over and over again. And it just kind of grinds at you over a while. And I think, I felt really good on Monday after my 5-day break. Maybe I just need some more breaks. I'm going to be going to South Germany again in like 2 weeks. And then I'm going to be down there for Christmas. I'm going to go for Poland for New Year's with some friends. So I don't know. I might just take maybe like an aggregate of 3 weeks totally off and then just come back for 2024 with like a fresh head. I think I need a little bit of space right now. So as ridiculous as that sounds, I think that's like kind of my game plan. Like I'll probably do some more trading this week, but as the holidays approach, I'll probably be take some time off. Yeah.
I think that's a great idea, bro. I really do.
Yeah.
I think that's extremely smart. And most people are gonna just beat the fuck out of their account until they have no money left. You know.
That's where I feel like I'm going right now. So that's why I'm like, I always had like a little bit of hope, like, today I'm gonna get back on my green track, but like that hope is, I kind of feel like at the moment I'm just like, I don't know if I have hope right now. I just need some time off. I mean, every day, every day the day or every morning the day starts, I'm like, all right, let's get after it. Every day I have like a super high positive attitude mindset, but it's just like maybe I do just need to force that pause on myself. I think that would be healthy.
I think that would help a lot. I would take those 3 weeks and then like write a super long post about just like your whole journey up until this point, and then maybe like one more post of just like just knowing exactly what is your strategy, and then start right like that right in January or whatever. I think that'd be awesome.
Yeah, with exactly what like works, go through your stats and be like, okay, well, this is what works for me. Let me double down on that, as opposed to try a bunch of new things like I did this year. Yeah, well, that's all I guess from my end.
What setup for you is producing the most profits, Alex, right now?
Basically anything that is under a minute is where I make most of my money, and a lot of those trades are, I don't have the exact patterns, which is kind of silly. I was tracking the exact patterns, but I'm not right now. And so I couldn't say specifically it's like if it's a breakout or if it's a pullback. But I'll tell you what, I typically always give back a lot of money when I'm trying to buy these pullbacks and the continuation is just no longer there. And I have not been as aggressive for some reason trading the front side. I've been getting into moves way too late. And then I'm not even riding them down. I'm cutting my losses quick, but the losses come so fast, It's like once the move is over, there's that 10% flush. And I've been getting so many of those lately. So I think I'm hesitating, and then I'm like, all right, I'm getting in, and then it's over. And it's just a little bit of that feedback loop right now that I can't really get out of for some silly reason, even though I know it's happening. I keep walking right into it. So yeah, but yeah, anything less than a minute, yeah, and then everything under 2 minutes is still profitable, and everything after that net is actually red for me. So if I'm holding a ticker too long, I should really start asking myself that what the heck am I doing? Like, why am I still in this?
You might
unless
have to
I'm
do
swing
more
trading, that's different.
You might have to do more of what me and Toby are doing, which is more like a hyper scalp type of strategy, not really holding longer than 2 minutes.
Yeah, I used to always say breakout or bailout, and I feel like lately I've been kind of saying breakout or just keep holding, and eventually maybe I'll break out. And it's not a good strategy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
It'll
just
turn
need some
around,
time
though.
to reflect. And
Yeah, it'll definitely turn around.
It'll come around at one point. Yeah. Well, I think that probably calls it for this this first live podcast.
Yeah.
Episode 42. Any
Good
other
stuff.
thoughts?
If anyone's listening and they want to join next time, get some questions ready and we'll definitely answer.
That's true.
Yeah, get some questions ready. Hit that like button for us.
Give
Promote
us
the
some good
channel.
questions.
Yeah, good
Subscribe.
questions. Drop some comments. We love answering those in between the weeks. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, give us good questions. See everyone in the Discord.
Like
All right.
and subscribe, baby.
Like and subscribe. See you guys in the Discord.